Where will America be in 5 years with the current Trump administration and their war on black and brown people? Here's a clearer, evidence-based look at President Trump's current policies and the possible trajectory over the next 5 years in terms of their impact on black and brown communities in America. Current policy landscape 1. Dismantling of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives. In January 2025, Trump signed multiple executive orders, including EO 14151, EO 14173, and others, that effectively dismantled DEI programs across the federal government. This included rescinding EO 11246, laying off DEI staff, erasing references to diversity from websites, and removing cultural and historical acknowledgments of marginalized groups. These actions have been condemned by courts and civil rights advocates. A federal judge in June 2025 described these cuts as palpably clear racial discrimination. 2. Criminal justice and immigration enforcement. The administration has authorized aggressive immigration sweeps, like the turn and burn raids in Los Angeles, frequently targeting day laborers and vendors, sparking protests and legal challenges over racial profiling. Immigrant advocacy groups have filed lawsuits against the administration for alleged unconstitutional and racially discriminatory detention tactics during immigration raids. There are documented cases of U.S. citizens, including Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, and others, being wrongfully detained during these immigration operations. 3. Economic disparities and structural inequality. A Financial Times analysis shows that black mortgage applicants are over twice as likely to be denied loans compared to similarly qualified white applicants. Latino and Asian applicants also face elevated rejection rates. Economic policies under the administration have disproportionately impacted black women. In mid-2025, over 300,000 black women left the federal workforce, compared to job gains among white and Hispanic women. Black workers, especially women, are experiencing rising unemployment and reduced job opportunities due to rollback of access to education and workplace support systems. 4. Educational and historical rewriting. The administration is actively reshaping historical narratives, defunding the National Endowment for the Humanities, firing cultural officials, and pushing to present a sanitized version of American history, often sidelining stories of racial oppression. In higher education, Trump has pushed to dismantle the Department of Education, shift student aid to other agencies, slash research funding, and crack down on academic freedom and campus curriculum on race, gender, and history. 5. Political representation and civil rights rollbacks. Trump's cabinet and senior officials are overwhelmingly white. Several high-profile black leaders have been dismissed from positions like the Federal Reserve Board, military leadership, and the Library of Congress. The administration is also limiting support for programs tailored to black students and schools, including DEI-related initiatives, which are now being criminalized in some states. Transgender student protections in schools are officially under federal challenge, with the Education Department labeling inclusive policies as violations of Title IX. Looking ahead, the next 5 years, 2025-2030. If the administration continues along its current trajectory, here's what we might expect. Economic and social strain. Continued disparities in lending, employment, and wages, particularly for black and brown communities, are likely to deepen due to systemic rollback of equity programs. Federal footprint in civil services and benefits could shrink, leaving historically underserved communities with fewer resources and representation. Further legal and civic backlash. Expect continued legal challenges over discrimination, DEI rollbacks, and civil rights violations, as seen in recent court rulings deeming racial discrimination in personnel decisions palpably clear. Grassroots and institutional resistance may grow through lawsuits, protests, and advocacy to restore protections and DEI frameworks. Cultural and educational impact. The erasure of black, indigenous, and other minority narratives from public institutions, curricula, and cultural memory could become entrenched unless countered by states, scholars, and communities. Academic and professional exodus. Scholars, scientists, students, and educators may continue leaving, weakening innovation and institutional knowledge in the U.S. political realignment and mobilization. The rise of black and brown conservatives within the MAGA movement indicates shifting political identities, but this is complex and contested. Their visibility does not negate structural setbacks faced by communities. local, state, and coalition politics may become battlegrounds for preserving civil rights in the face of federal rollbacks. Summary: where might America be in 5 years? Economic opportunity, wider racial wealth and income gaps, reduced access to loans and jobs for Black and brown communities, civil rights and justice, heightened tensions in court battles, possible erosion of civil rights protections without legal intervention, cultural and educational landscape, further sanitization of historical narratives and erosion of academic freedom, loss of diverse institutional memory, political dynamics, increased fragmentation and polarization, potential for both authoritarian consolidation and community-led resistance. Final thoughts. While President Trump's policies, centered on dismantling DEI, militarizing immigration enforcement, and erasing minority narratives, pose serious threats to racial equity, the long-term outcome is not predetermined. Court interventions, local resistance, grassroots organizing, and shifting public opinion can play powerful roles in changing direction.